Hey, good morning, YouTube. Long time no see, man. I've missed y'all. It's been quite painstaking being away from this little hobby sometimes. I miss getting out here and interacting with you guys, but we had to take a bit of time away. We had to collect ourselves and just had some things in life that we had to take care of. Needed to kind of step away, clear my mind, evaluate things a little bit, and just, had to tend to work, family, some other miscellaneous things, and kind of assess the situation exactly where I wanted to be in the whole scheme of, YouTube and the community, and how in depth, how deep and, deeply involved I wanted to get with everything. As some of you guys know, we have a Facebook community. We have the YouTube thing. We have a Zello channel. We have a lot of stuff that we tend to on a regular basis. I say we, myself, my brother. There's quite a few moderators, administrators we have helping us take care of the group, and we have plans to open a website eventually. There's so many different things going on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't see or know about. So that's kind of taken me away from the whole YouTube thing. I had to it was hard. It was like a balancing act, you know what I mean? Trying to balance YouTube, trying to balance the site, the job, family, and I kind of had to, let some go so I could focus on others, and YouTube was one of them. I kind of had to step away from it, reevaluate what was important at the time and kind of tend to it, and so I think I'm in a better place now. I'm not saying how often or if I'm going to get back to the regular, 1, 2, 3 videos a week like I did back in the day, but I'm definitely going to try and at least get back to, putting out some content within a week or two or within the month. I can't say, and I'm not going to say how often, because I don't want to make it look to be like I'm a liar or anything. So I do enjoy the thought of making new content again, because I have missed it. I love doing this. I love interacting. It's just finding the time to allow me to edit everything, and to allow me the time to go through all the comments and reply to everybody and get back to them in a timely manner, without it making it seem, look or seem like I'm ignoring folks. So that's where we're at right now. But while we're here, I just want to quickly go over some questions that have been tossed out there. And let me bring up the page here. And some questions that aren't on YouTube, some of them have come in way, in form of Facebook via our Transportation Life page. And a couple of the questions I got from a lot of people was, how's the van holding up today? How, what's transpired with it since I last spoke to you guys concerning the recall, and have I had any other future problems, any mishaps, etc., etc. And the answer to that, I finally got the final recall done, which they put another basically rubber gasket in there, Guibo disc, flex disc. I mean, there's like 4 or 5 different names these people have given this thing. Coupler. They basically, at start, it was a rubber coupler that took place of a U-joint that connected to the transmission. And on some models, the 2015s, 2016s, they actually put a steel U-joint and a new steel drive shaft in, and that was their permanent fix. But the 17s, they didn't do that. They put another rubber Guibo disc in there and like a couple little metal brackets. So it kind of looks similar to the recall that they have been doing all along, except this time on the permanent fix they incorporated a couple of these, I don't even know, these little steel brackets of a sort. So I don't know. I'm not confident long term that is going to last, that's going to be a permanent fix that's going to solve anything. I think it's going to wind up cracking. I think it's going to wind up giving way again. And I think I'm going to wind up back in the shop having it replaced again. I don't know why they weren't able to give us a steel U-joint and a new drive shaft to follow along with everybody else. So I'm not a mechanic, so I can't answer that. So yeah, I got the permanent fix done. As far as any new problems or anything that comes to mind, no. I mean, the van's been great. I did have a check engine light come on the other day. It is for a crankshaft sensor, to which I'm going to be going home here real soon, and I'm going to put my van in the shop, and I'm going to have them tend to that. They tend to think that it's going to be running, I talked to them on the phone, they said it's going to be around $700-800. They said the sensor's only like a $20 part, but to do the job it's like $700-800. You got to tear the engine apart, you got to tear the turbo apart, and like dismantle the whole front of the engine to get to this crank sensor. So I'll fill you guys in more on that when I know more. I don't want to give you any more false information, but to this point, that's what they've told me over the phone, that it could reach excess of $700-800 just to replace a $20 plastic sensor. So I'm kind of looking forward to getting home, figuring that out, squashing that. So other than that, my van's been great though. It's been running good. Everything has been on the up and up. Been working steady. There's been a couple of mishap weeks, but that comes with the industry. I've had a couple of weeks where I only did like 1,700 miles. And then a few other weeks I did 2,000, 2,500, 2,700 miles. So, it averages out. It balances itself. Aside from that, that's as much as I can really elaborate on the van, and all I can really think of as far as a lot of people asking questions, what's happened with the van since then. I have done some modifications to the van. I'll try to get to that on the next video, because I don't have any video that I've made recently showing the inside. I have made some modifications to the inside of the van. Got some more insulation done, some walls put up, some shelving or storage, if you will, added to the back. So I look forward to showing that to you guys. But let's move on to YouTube here. We had a lot of questions since I've been gone. And these are in no particular order. I'm just going to go through them real quick. So to get right to it, there's a guy that goes by John Doe. He's asking what's the lowest amount he should drive for in expediting. He said he doesn't want to be a bottom feeder, but he feels like they should draw the line at 85 cents a mile. Well, that question can be answered in a few different ways. I mean, we talk about this all the time in a Zello channel that we have. We talk all the time about what's a proper wage, what's a proper cent per mile, what it's different for everybody, because you could have a 23-year-old kid out here that doesn't have a home, he doesn't have he doesn't have any car payments, he don't have a mortgage, he don't have any 401ks, he doesn't have any dental, any medical. It's just some kid making money. All he pays is a cell phone bill, so for him, he doesn't need to make that much money as much as the next guy. And I'm not saying that that's right or wrong. Everybody has certain circumstances or certain goals they have to meet for their lives, the way they balance and budget their lives. But for me, it has to be up around $1, 90, 95 or better if I can get it. But I have a lot more bills. I'm paying student loans, I'm paying a mortgage, I'm paying, taxes, property taxes, car payments, insurances, cell phone bills. I mean, the list goes on and on. To where the next guy beside me, he don't have all those bills. Excuse me. He ain't got all those bills, so he doesn't really feel that he needs to chase that good money like someone in my position has to do, where he feels like he can just settle and he's still making good money in his eyes. But that's not to say that he's not hurting the industry by accepting a lower rate. If I'm sitting somewhere and I'm putting my bids out, or the company I'm contracted with is putting bids out for 90, 95 cents a mile, and this guy's sitting right beside me putting them out for 80 or 85 cents a mile, well, who do you think the customer is going to go at? Well, if the customer obviously has a relationship with a certain company, then they may prefer paying the money sometimes. Sometimes that does happen. They know the company, they know they have good service, so they're going to go with the higher price. But that's not always the case. So the customer could just immediately go with that lower price. And then what's that do? That tells the market, okay, I got this for 85. Well, maybe the next driver I'll try 80. Oh, there it goes, 80. Oh, next driver I'll try 75. Oh, he took it, there's 75. So what I'm trying for up here, everybody else over here is getting for this much. And again, it's all on what the person needs in their own lives, you know, their financial obligations at home, to where you can say 85 is or is not a good, you know, cent per mile to run for. You know, I got some guys that are saying, you know, they run for $1.25 on the regular, and they get it. You know, they're doing their own loads, they're not contracted to nobody. They have their own authority, they're doing their own thing. You know, is that real? Well, I'm sure it is. It has to be. I would hope it is. I don't think folks would lie to you about it. So John Doe, I mean, 85, yeah, that's probably the lowest you want to go. So I hope I answered that for you. I'm going to move on to the next one here. There's another guy, I don't know how he's saying his name, Rustan, Rustan. He's asking, can he do a delivery in an 02 Astro van? Well, believe it or not, I pulled up to some shippers and they were in little vans. I've even pulled up to a couple of shippers where there were some guys out there in like these little station wagon things, and they were doing expedited freight. So it can be done. So yeah, I mean, it can be done. There's been multiple times when I pulled in and people were doing expediting in these weird looking little small vehicles. Now, is it something that's regularly done out there? I don't know. I mean, I've never spoke to anyone in our group page in person or anything that has done it. I've only just seen it at a glance when I was pulling into a shipper or something. So that kind of thing does exist. Is it feasible? Will you make money doing it? I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not going to sit here and say yes when I have no idea, but I do know that I've seen them out there doing it. I don't know if it's local gigs. I don't know if they're going over the road. I don't know if it's just a special assignment. I couldn't tell you, man. So, but in my opinion, I would like to just say, you know, I would go with the biggest possible van you can find and just, you know, be comfortable in the fact of knowing those vans are out there and those vans are making money. That I do know. So hopefully I got that out of the way for you, man. Move on to the next one here. We've got a guy, let me see here. Oh, Ken Presley. He didn't really ask a question. He's just saying he missed the videos, missed the content. He's messaged me a few times in the past few months, you know, asking, am I all right? Where did I go? He's one of the ones that was asking updates on the van. Yeah, Ken, I miss y'all too, man. I'm glad to be back, and sorry I kept y'all waiting so long and kind of left y'all hanging with not so much as a whisper. I tried answering some people, letting them know that I would be back eventually. I needed to take some time away to myself and kind of take care of my life. So yeah, man. So we're gonna try and get back on the regular. We're gonna get back slowly. We're not gonna jump in, you know, and just go crazy with it. But we're gonna go slowly and start out that way and see where we get to. And then the next one here is Edgardo Fragosa. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't mean to chop it up if I did, but I think it's Edgardo Fragosa. He's asking me, he's actually asking about my brother. He said, hey, what's up with your brother? He hasn't commented in almost a year. Alan, get your butt in here, man. People are wanting you to do videos. That's all I can say. Alan's all right. He's still working. He's out there expediting with us. He's on Zello on occasion. You can get a hold of him on Facebook. Obviously not by his Everything Apex, and I'm not going to put his name out here unless he wants it out here. So, but you can find him on Facebook. If you search, you'll be able to connect the dots and find him out there. But he is on Facebook. Come to our site, Transportation Life on Facebook, and you can get a hold of him on there. But he is still expediting. He's kind of just under the radar right now. He's kind of doing his own thing. I've told him numerous times, get his behind out there. People wanting him to do videos. So that's all I can do, man. All right, let's move on to this next one here. GT Ford 427. He responded to one of my posts, one of my videos, Ford Transit problems again. He was basically saying that there's no parts in the U.S. on a Ford Transit 350 XLT. Don't buy, I'm returning my van. I don't know about all that. I ain't had no problems getting parts from my van. I mean, I haven't had nothing extraordinary, you know, a transmission, engine, alternator, starter. I haven't, you know, had none of that stuff yet. But I don't know. I've not noticed that being the problem yet. I interact in a community where I'm talking with many transit owners, and I've not talked to people who said they had issues getting parts. So I don't know what to think about that one. I've not had a problem with that yet. All right, let's get to, I'm just going to do this last one because I notice we're up around the 15 minute mark already, and I don't want to make this video extremely long. Then I'll continue it over to another video. But this last one here, Lucas Mobile Detailing, he's asking me, where do I find my loads? Well, I don't find the loads. I'm contracted to a company that finds the loads for me, and they call me with the load, and I go fetch it. So I don't have to do my own loads yet at this point. Everything, like I said, I'm under contract with these people, and they do a great job at finding all my freight for me, and they keep me pretty busy. They run me hard, man. So there you have it in a nutshell, man. Hope I'd answered it pretty well for you. I mean, I could go into a great detailed answer as far as getting your authority and looking at load boards and which load boards and how much they cost, how much they don't cost, the free ones, the good ones, the bad ones. But I don't interact in those yet, so I don't want to give you information about that because I don't have the education on it myself. So I don't want to, you know, just throw some goofy answer out there for you. But right now, the company I'm contracted to, and again, they do a great job. I love the work they do. I make really good money with them. They keep me rolling, so I have no reason to look elsewhere. So there you go, Lucas. Hope that answered that for you, man. But on that, I'm going to get on out of here, guys. Like I said, this has already turned into like a 15-minute video. I didn't even mean to make it go this long. But I'll get another video soon. I'm not going to say exactly when. I'll just keep you guessing for now. And you guys have a great day that way. I'm going to get my butt down the road and get to the gym. Catch you on the flip side, guys. I look forward to talking to you guys again, man. I'm happy to be back, and hopefully y'all happy to have me back with open arms, man. I look forward to talking to you and seeing the comments and replies. Catch you then, guys. Be well. We'll see you. Bye.